Today we are going to discuss May-June 2023 paper 1-2. We are going to discuss this paper of 2023. Now this is the first question. This is the first of all, this is the most latest paper 2023. Now this is the first question. Now question number 1 is the equation of the curve in such that, let me write it over here, that dy by dx will be equals to 4 by x minus 3 whole cube, where x is greater than 3. This is the question. The curve passes through the point. Now the point is 4 and 5. This is the point. Let me write it over here. Now find the equation of the curve. We have to find the equation of the curve. Now these are the points we have to keep in our mind. Now this is the first point, that dy by dx is given to us and the points are also given to us. We have to find the equation. Now how to find the equation? We know that whenever they ask us to find out the equation, what we have to do, we have to simply integrate the curve. We have to first of all separate the variables and then integrate the curve. So we can write it like dy is equals to 4 into x minus 3 whole power minus 3 dx. Then the next step will be, what will be the next step? The next step will be that we have to take integral on both sides. So how we can take integral on both sides? So for integration, y will be equals to 4 is the, now this should be equals to x minus 3 x minus 3 whole power minus 3 plus 1, and here this will be minus 3 plus 1 into what? Into the coefficient of x. Here we can clearly see that the coefficient of x is 1. So we don't need to multiply it with anything else. So plus c. So then this will be y is equals to 4 into x minus 3 whole power minus 2 divided by minus 2 plus c, and then we can further write it as, we can cancel out these two. This should be, we can cancel out these two. So this will be equals to, y will be equals to minus 2 divided by x minus 3 whole power 2 plus c. Now here the important point is that the given point is 4 and 5. So we have to use these two values and find out the value of c. Now how we can find it out? So we can simply put this point in this equation. So as we can say, the value of y is 5 minus 2 5 minus 2 divided by, now x is 4, so divided by 4 minus 3 whole square plus c. Now if we simplify it, so this will be equals to 5 into 4 minus 3 is 1, so we don't need to simplify it over here. So we can write it as 5 is equals to minus 2 divided by 1 square, which will be 1. No need to simplify it further. So c will be equals to 5 plus 2. So finally c will be equals to 7. Now, what will be the final answer? So we have to put the value of c in this equation. So the final answer will be y is equals to -2 divided by x minus 3 whole square plus 7. So this will be the equation of the curve. That's what we have to find it out. This will be the final equation. Okay, this must not be c. This will be 7. So as we know that the value of c is 7. So this will be the final answer. Let's move on to the next part. Now question number 2, that the coefficient of x4, let me write it over here so that the question must be clear to you. We can write it as the coefficient of x power 4 of what? Of x plus a whole power 6 is p. Okay, and the coefficient of x power x square, let me write it over here, that the coefficient of x square in the expansion of x square is ax plus 3 whole power 4 is q. Now this is the question. This is the first part of the question. It is given that p plus q is equals to 276. P plus q is equals to 276. Find the possible values of the constant a. So we have to find the values of the possible values of a. Now from here we can see that the coefficient of x4 is this. So in the expansion this. So first of all we can clearly see that the binomial expansion or the binomial series is this one. So what we can do, we are just interested in the coefficient of x4, which means that first of all let's expand this one. So we can write it as x plus a whole power 6. So which means that a power 6. A power 6 means here the value of a is x, because this is the a. This is a and b is here. So it means that x power 6 plus, now n is 6, so we can write it as 6 1 into x power 6 minus 1 into a. So here let's move on to let's expand it further, because here we can see that this will be the coefficient of x power 5. Plus 6 to x power 6 minus 2 a power 2. Now this will, you can clearly see that we are interested in the coefficient of x power 4. So which means that this is the required statement. In the expansion of binomial series, we are interested in this part, because here we can see that it will give us x power 4. So no need to simplify the remaining terms. We are interested in this one. So we can write it as x6 to x power 4 a power 2. Now this must be equals to, now they said that the coefficient of x4 will be equals to p. So the coefficient of x4 will be equals to p. So which means that this is the coefficient of x4. Now if we expand it, we can use the calculator. 6c2, this is 15. So we can write it as 15 x power 4 a square is equals to px power 4. Now we can cancel out these two. So we can cancel out these two, or we can equate coefficients. So which means that this will be p will be equals to 15a square. Simply note down this one. Let's expand the other one. Now we can see that in the expansion ax plus 3 whole power 4. So we can write ax plus 3 whole power ax plus 3 whole power 4. Now in the second portion we are interested in the coefficient of x square. So let's expand this one according to the binomial series formula. So we can write it as, now here we can see that a will be equals to ax and b will be equals to 3. So let's expand this one. So ax whole power and n is 4. So plus n means 4, 1. A power a is ax whole power 4 minus 1 into b power 1 plus, now here we can see we still have to expand it further because we are interested in the coefficient of x square. So we will expand it further. So 4 into ax whole power 4 minus 2 into b square. B square means that this will be 3 square. Now no need to expand this portion. We are just interested in this one. So what we have to do, we have to write it as 4 to ax square into 9. So this will be equals to qx square, because in the very start they said that this is equals to, in the very start they said that coefficient of x square is q. So we can write it as, we can further simplify it as 4c2. So 4c2 will be equals to 4c will be equals to 6. So 6 into 9 ax square is equals to qx square. Now we can cancel out these two. So we can cancel out these two, or we can equate the coefficients only. So 6 into 9 is 54. A is equals to q. Now this is the second one, 54a. 54a square. Yes, this should be square. 54a square. 54a square is equals to q. Now let's see, let's use these one and equation, the value of p and q. Now the value, now here the statement is p plus q is equals to 276. Now from here we can see p is equals to 15a square. So 15a square plus q is 54a square. 54a square is equals to 276. Now this will be equals to 54 plus 16. So 54 plus 15, this will be equals to 69. So we can write it as 69a square is equals to 276, which means that a square will be equal to 276 divided by 69. So 276 divided by 69. So this will be equals to 4. Now by taking the square root on both sides, so this will be equal. So a will be equals to plus minus 2. So this will be the final answer for this second question. Let's move on to the next question. Now question number 3. Question number 3 is express, let me write it over here, express 4x square minus 2 minus 24x, express minus 24x plus p in the form. So this is a very simple question related to the completing square. We have to use the completing square method for this question. Now there are two methods to solve this one. The easiest method, the first one is you have to simply perform the completing square and then compare these two. And the other way is let's simply expand this one first and then compare the coefficients. Now let's see that a x square plus b square plus 2xb. Now we have to equate it because we have to find the value of a, b and c. So 4x square minus 24. Now from here we can see we have simply multiplied this a with this equation, these all three terms, and then simply rearrange it in the form so that you can compare the coefficients. Now from here what we will do, we are going to compare the coefficients. So which means that if we can clearly see that the coefficient of x square here is 4, the coefficient of x square here is a. So a will be equals to 4. The second one, here the coefficient of x is plus 2ab and here the coefficient of x is minus 24. So plus 2ab will be equals to minus 24. Now if we simply put the value of a over here, so this will be 2 into 4, b is equals to 24, and then b will be equals to 24 divided by 8, so b will be equals to minus 3. So this will be the value of b. Now let's move on to the last one, the constant. So ab square plus c will be equals to what? This will be equals to p. So from here what we have to do, we have to write it like the value of a is 4, the value of b is minus 3, plus c is equals to p. So 4 into negative 3 will be equals to negative 12, plus c is equals to p. Okay, here there must be a square over here. So we can say that this will be equals to, this is the square over here. So 4 into 9. So c will be equals to p minus 36. So now simply put it in the main equation. So a is 4, b is negative 3. So now we can say that this can be expressed as a is 4 and x plus b. So here what was the value of b? So b was, let me move it to, so now we can say that b is equals to negative 3 and c is equals to p minus 36. So we can write it as x minus 3 whole square plus c is p minus 36. So we can say that this will be the final answer. We have expressed it in this form. I hope that the concept is clear. Let's move on to the part B. The second part is hence or otherwise find the set of values of p for which the equation 4x square plus p has no real roots. Now as we have done it in the previous part, so we can simply copy it from here. We can simply copy this portion. We can simply copy it and we can drag it to the other way. So we can paste it over here. Let me copy this one. Copy, and here we have to paste it, or we can drag it over here. Now from here we can see that we have to, they said that it must have no real roots, so which means that b square minus 4ac should be less than 0 for no real roots. So this is the condition for the discriminant. So first of all we need to identify what was the value of a, b and c. So but here we can see that we have to use this one. So we can say that in the equation 4x square minus 24x plus p is equals to 0. So here we can see that a is equals to 4, b is equals to minus 24 and c is equals to p, because we are comparing this equation with ax square plus bx plus c. This is the standard form of a quadratic equation. So we have to compare it with this one. So from here we can use the values of a, b and c. So simply put it over here. So 4 square minus, okay, no, the value of b was 24. So this must be minus 24 square minus 4, a is 4 and c is p. So this must be less than 0. So if we simplify it further, let's see that negative 24 whole square, this will be equals to 576. So 576 minus 16p is less than 0. So this will be minus 16p less than 0 minus 576. Now we have to divide a negative number. This is a very important point, that if we want to divide a negative number on both sides, then in that case what we need to do, we need to change the sign of the inequality. So here the inequality is less than, so we need to change it over here. So we can write it as p must be greater than minus 576 divided by minus 16. So this will be equals to, divided by 16, so this will be equals to 36. So we can say that p must be greater than 36. So this will be the final answer. I hope that the concept is clear. Let's move on to the next part, question number 4. Solve the equation. Let me write it over here so it must be visible and clear to all of you, that 8x6 plus 215 x cube minus 27 is equals to 0. Now this is another very simple question. Now we need to solve it. So first of all we can simply substitute it, that let a is equals to x cube. So which means that a square will be equals to x power 6. So we can write the main equation as 8a square plus 215a minus 27 is equals to 0. Now we can factorize it. We can factorize it. How we can factorize it? We can write it as, there are two ways to solve it from here. The first one is we can directly factorize it, and the other one is we have to, we can use the calculator also. So, but we have to show our working over here. So what we can do, let's directly find out the value first and then apply the reverse engineering. That is, that from answer we will move on towards the question. So now we can see that this is the question, this is a quadratic equation. So we have to find the roots first. So from here we can see that A is 5, and A is 8, B is 215, and C is minus 27. So we can see that the one value of X is A is 1 by 8. Let me write it over. A is 1 by 8. And the other value of A is, let's see the other value, that is minus 27. A is equals to minus 27. So we can write it over, we can write it as A, 8A is equals to 1, and here we can write it as A plus 27 is equals to 0. So from here we can write it as 8A minus 1 is equals to 0, and A plus 27 is equals to 0. So further we can write it in the factors form. So 8A minus 1 into A plus 27 is equals to 0. So from here we can write it as 8A into A plus 27 and minus 1 into A plus 27. Now here, from here we can write it as 8A square, simply multiply it over here, plus 27 into A. Let's see that 27 multiply by 8. So it will give us 216. So 216 A minus 27. So we can clearly see that these two will be the factors. So this is called the reverse engineering. Although you can directly use the midterm breaking, or if you are not aware of it, you can use this way to find out the factors. This is called the reverse engineering. So here, from here we can clearly see that A is equals to 1 by 8 and A is equals to minus 27. So let me write it, let me copy it over here from here. Let me copy this one. So we can, okay, now we can copy it and we can write it, we can paste it over here. So A is equals to 1 by 8 and A is equals to minus 27. Now from here we can see that A is equals to x cube and A square is equals to x6. So we will say that, now just replace this with the x because we wanted to find out the value of x. So x cube will be equals to 1 by 8 and here the x cube will be equals to minus 27. Now simply take cube root on both sides, or you can say simply write it 1 by 3 on both sides. So 1 by 3 and here 1 by 3. So this will be equals to, x will be equals to 1 divided by 2 cube whole power 1 by 3, and from here we can write it as x cube, x will be equals to, we can write it as minus 3 cube whole power 1 by 3, because we can write 27 as minus 3 cube. So now this will be equals to, x will be equals to minus 3. So from here we can conclude that x will be equals to 2 and x will be equals to, not 2, it should be minus 1, it should be 1 by 2. x will be equals to 1 by 2 and x will be equals to minus 3. So this will be the final answer. These two will be the solution of the main equation. That was, we can see the main equation, that was 8x4 x6 plus 2115 x cube minus 24 is equals to 0. So this will be the final answer. I hope that the concept is clear. Let's move on to the next question. Question number 5. Now this is question number 5. The diagram shows that the curve with the equation this. So the equation of the curve is, let me write it over here so it must be clear to all of you, that y is equals to 10 power y is equals to 10 x power 1 by 2 minus 5 by 2 x power 3 by 2. This is the equation of the curve where x is greater than 0 and the curve meets the x-axis at the point 0, 0 and 4 and 0. Find the area of the shaded region. Now we know that we have to find the area of this shaded region. This is another very simple question. We know that how to find the area. How to find for area, what we have to do, we have to simply integrate. Okay, and now we can simply integrate it. How we can integrate it? Let's see that take integral on both sides. So we can write it as the area will be equals to integral of 10x power 1 by 2 minus 5 by 2 is a constant, so integral of x power 3 by 2 dx. Here also there must be a dx over here. So what we can do further? So area will be equals to 10x power 1 by 2 plus 1 whole is divided by 1 by 2 plus 1 minus 5 by 2 into directly integrated. So this will be equals to x power 3 by 2 plus 1 and x 3 by 2 plus 1. Now we can write it as area will be equals to 10x power 3 by 2 divided by 3 by 2 minus 5 by 2 into x power 5 by 2 into 5 by 2 divided by 5 by 2. So finally this will be equals to, if we rearrange it, so this will be equals to, area will be equals to 10. Let me complete all these steps. So we can write it as, this must be equals to 10 into 2 x power 3 by 2 whole is divided by 3 plus 5 into divided by 2, 5 into 2 divided by 5 x power 5 by 2, x power 5 by 2. Now there is a small this is minus. So now what we can do, we can further simplify it as, we can further write it as, let's copy this portion. Now let me do it again. Okay, let's copy this portion. So let's move it to the other side. Let's move this one to over. Okay, so this is the answer. So what we can do further, we have to simplify it. So area will be equals to 20x power 3 by 2 whole is divided by 3 minus x power 5 by 2, because from here we can see that we can cancel out these two. So the next step is, the limits are given to us. As we can see that we have to integrate with the value of x is from 0 to 4. So what we can do is, We can see that from in the question it is given that it starts from 0 and it ends at 4. So we have to simply put the values, we have to put the limits over here. So this will be equals to, this should be from 0 to 4. So from 0 to 4, so simply apply the limits. So area will be equals to, area will be equals to, so we can write it as 20 upper limits minus lower limit. So upper limit is 4 power 3 by 2 divided by 3. This will be the upper limit, minus 4 power 5 by 2. Oh, okay, this must be plus. Let's see that it was plus or minus. So originally, yes, it was minus. So we can write it as, this must be minus. Okay, upper limit minus lower limit. Now lower limit is 0 power 3 by 2 whole is divided by 3 minus 0 power 5 by 2. So this whole must be equals to 0. So we don't need to find it further. So area must be equals to, now let's do it over here. So this will be 20 into 2 power 3. 2 पावर 3 किस तरह है, बिकॉज 4 को आप 2 स्क्वायर लिख सकते हैं, होल पावर 3 बाई 2 था तो ये कैंसिल आउट आप कर सकते थे. सो डिवाइडेड बाय 3 माइनस दिस मस्ट बी इक्वल्स टू 4 पावर 5 बाई 2 को आप क्या लिख सकते हैं, 2 स्क्वायर होल पावर 5 बाई 2. सो ये कैंसिल आउट आप कर सकते हैं. सो 2 पावर 5. सो जस्ट यूज द कैलकुलेटर. So this must be equals to 20 into 3 cube. 20 into 3 cube whole is divided by, oh sorry, 20 into 2 cube. This must be 2 cube. So calculations का ख्याल रखना है आपने. Divided by 3 minus 20 minus 2 power 5. So this must be 2 power 5. So this will be equals to 64 by 3. So finally we can say that the area is equals to 64 by 3. I hope that the concept is clear. This will be the final answer for this question. Let's move on to the next one.